thought I'd just, because I was going to go for a run, but I'm kind of sore. So I thought I'd just do something else instead. I'll go out for a walk and I'll just debate myself, right? So, what I'm going to talk about today is free will. I haven't made up my mind about what free will even is, but we'll cover some ideas and I try to explain why I haven't actually made up my mind. Now, the first idea that I think we should cover is the theistic idea of free will, where we have free will because God gave us free will. And that's a bit unsatisfactory, mostly because I've asked many theists, uh, could you surprise God? And pretty much all of them would say no. And this brings us to the problem of predestination and precognition. Most people would say that because God cannot be surprised, that would basically just count as Him knowing. But my problem with that is that if there is nothing you can do, then to surprise God, then the thing is that it's not that He just knows about it, it's that you're predestined to do that. So predestination kind of invalidates the idea of free will. Because if you were always meant to do that, say, take the left door, how are you really making the choice? And that invalidates the argument for me fully. So their explanation is that it's not predestination, it's just precognition. But I'm sorry, I don't buy that. I don't buy that one bit. Now, for the non-theistic view of free will, I still haven't made up my mind because there's a couple of avenues you can explore with that. The first one is determinism, in which, let's say, for example, your favorite ice cream. You never make the actual decision of what your favorite ice cream is. It just is that way. You can't help it that your taste buds tingle the best when you eat, I don't know, let's say mint chocolate chip, which is not mine. Mine is, in a weird way, blackberry ice cream. I know, I'm weird. So you never actually make the choice. And it goes for more fundamental stuff than just your choice of ice cream. So, in a way, even though you can make a choice of today eating strawberry, you never made the actual conscious choice of what your favorite ice cream flavor is. Yes? Uh, but that's the deterministic view, right? After that, uh, there was a study on, I think it was late 2023, that said basically that the most fundamental layer of reality, the quantum realm, is intrinsically non-deterministic, uh, basically because of some quirks of the quantum level, right? You have the I think it's the non-deterministic principle, uh, and you have uh, cases in which the observation collapses the wave function. Oh, hey, this is the Antel Arena. It's one of the finest stadiums here. So, if on the most fundamental level of reality, it is non-deterministic, why would we assume that that holds true for every other level of reality? So those are kind of some big obstacles to the proposition that the world is deterministic. So in a sense, my idea is probably that the true answer is halfway through. That even though reality looks like it's non-deterministic, the way that our brain and our biological structures function become at some point deterministic. So another argument for the deterministic position is that when you come to a fork in a road, yes, you can take the left door, you can take the right door. But the problem is that that decision will be marked by every experience that you had in your life up to that point. So every choice you make is not isolated. You're not really just making that choice. You are basing that choice on a whole chain of events and memories and feelings that go back pretty much until the start of your memory. And it's also heavily tainted by the, what do you call it? It's heavily tainted by the underlying structures of your brain, right? So when given the choice of strawberry versus mint chocolate chip, more often than not, you will choose the one that tickles you the most. Now, if we could, hypothetically, if we could ever make the same choice again and have the ability to choose differently, then we could probably say that we have free will. Oh, hey, CK. Hello. I'm sorry, I'm watching where I'm walking. Um, but the problem is that even when faced with apparently the same choice later in life, let's say I come to the left and the right door when I'm 20, I choose the left, and then I come to the left and the right door when I'm 30, and I choose the right. I am not making the same choice because those 10 years of experience will determine the choice that I make. Yes? So, in order to fully convince me that we do have free will, time travel would be required so that you could time travel and kind of like memory wipe, right? Because you need to be in the exact same situation all over again. So you need to, if I'm in my 30s, I need to go back to my 20s and have all of my memories deleted from that period. Dr. Nimrod says, hello, Mr. Mexican. Not Mexican. Ándale, ándale. You need to go back to that exact same situation. But the most likely outcome is that you will, if you go back to the same situation, you will make the same choice. So I lean a little bit more towards the deterministic side, but I I can't really tell. I honestly couldn't tell because it does look, at least in appearance, the world does have the appearance of free will. Uh, Maybe when you get to the door example, maybe you're not pondering every exact memory that took you there in a conscious manner, but your subconscious is still working there all the time. And even though you're not aware of why you're making the choice, if you sit down and track and think, you can probably get to the underlying reason of why you made that choice. So, what are these things are the ones that tell me that I cannot decide for one or the other? Would kind of lean more towards determinism, but the objections to it are hard to ignore. What I do know for a fact is that the theistic view of free will, that one is absolutely false. Yes. Well, why are you saying that? Mostly because, number one, you would have to show me evidence that a deity exists. And that's the most common objection. But even if we go through your presupposition on the topic, then the objection still stands. Saying that it is just precognition and that you're actually free to make the choice is not a defeater to the argument or to, well, the rebuttal to the argument that you're not actively making a choice because God always knew. So to me, that strikes as precognition. If you can't surprise God, then you do not have free will. That is just the way I view it. And I've never heard any other rebuttal to my objection that is not that I gave you. That little silly semantic games to try and get out of the problem. But those of you who know me know that silly semantic games don't really work on me. So I don't know. I really cannot decide what what how to make up my mind on this issue. Trying to think some other argument that I've heard, but I think those are the big three: the theistic free will, determinism, in which you don't have free will, and then uh, well, actually having free will. I guess it would be four because the illusion of free will would be the one that I would kind of lean more towards. So I don't know. Apparently, it can't be solved, I guess. Uh, oh, then you have some like wacky, quacky new age nonsense of some stuff that Penrose said. But this guy is like a physicist. He was talking about some like cones in the brain that are like quantum cones. It's To me, it's woo nonsense. I guess we'll see if that researcher amounts to anything. But I would I wouldn't hold my breath. Apparently, Penrose is a brilliant physicist, but now he's old and a little bit wacky quacky. Shout out to my boy Nadir. Oh, another theistic problem for free will is the lot of them that actually believe that humans can be influenced by non-human entities, aka demons or jinn, that kind of stuff. So if humans can be influenced, because we know we can be influenced by other people, we can be convinced. Generally, if someone makes a rational argument that gives us some information that we previously didn't have. Oh, check that bus. That's cool. So you can be convinced of other stuff, but there's a mechanism to that. So in the theistic view, if you can be, I don't know, tempted or nudged or possessed, can you really acknowledge the free will? I don't think you can. I don't think. I'm trying to think of something else. Whoever's there in the chat, hello. There's two of you. I will start trying to do some more stuff on this channel. I originally intended this one to be music production, but I don't know, it will be like a multi-purpose, I guess. I will keep my production stuff and potentially start another series on production, but this walking and talking is fun. So if I don't go for a run, you might get another one of these. The funny thing is that it's late now, but here in this place that I am, it's a couple of blocks away from my house. There's a lot of people usually here running and exercising, and there's like a children's park and that kind of stuff. And when people walk by me and they hear that I'm speaking English, they give me a bunch of dirty looks. It's quite hilarious, really. Um, so where was I? Yes, I will be doing more stuff here. Not that I'm going away from matters now. It's just that it's more to have my own channel where I can do whatever I want. Today it's kind of chilly. The summer looks like it's freaking ending, and I'm sad. There's a couple of stars, and a bit cloudy, but it's still nice out. I am wearing like a little sports jacket, I guess you would say. And over there, that is something we call tablado. In English, it would be called something like board theater, I guess. And it comes basically from the old times where they would just put a little step made out of wood, and people during the carnival would perform there in the neighborhood. So today's Tuesday, so there's not much activity there, but um, it's usually packed and you can hear it from the outside. And well, I don't think I have much more for today. Make sure to leave that like on your way out. And I think soon should be starting a stream in just a few minutes. So I'm going to wrap it up. I'll do some more digging, see if I can find some other stuff to talk on free will. But on a large scale, those are the arguments that I generally found, and it's not enough to make up my mind. All right. Thank you, everyone, for dropping by. And, do the social thing is like, share, subscribe. And I need to come up with a thing to say for my own channel because I'm not going to use the one that I use on Matters Now. But subscribe to Matters Now just while we're at it. Thanks so much. Take care. I'll catch you on the next one. And I'll do a few more laps and get back home. Bye bye.